Well, good morning, afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike at Filmboy24, and welcome to Found Film 95. That is 95 times we have well documented a found film. What's a found film, you ask? Well, you didn't, but I'm going to tell you. It's an old roll for me, an old roll of cine film, Super 8, 16 millimeter, 8 millimeter, that was shot presumably many years ago, 30 to 60 years, some, you know. But for some reason, it was never processed. So it laid in someone's camera bag or in their attic or basement or garage for years until I don't know what happened. And suddenly this ends up on an auction site or at a flea market or at a garage sale. And nobody knows who shot it for one reason or another. Well, I'd rather have it myself than for Mother Nature to be dealing with it at the landfill, and no one ever gets to see little pieces of Americana that are locked away in these tiny little mem carts. Well, that's where I come into play. We got a good one, and it's coming up next. So I get these little memory cartridges from a lot of different sources. Occasionally I have people that send them to me. I pick up a lot of them on online auction websites, especially that biggie. And that's exactly where I got this one. This is part of what I like to call the Pomona pack. I got it, I can't remember exactly when, I think back in November sometime of 2024. And it was part of a very, very large, I think 45 cartridge package or bundle that I picked up on eBay from a seller in Pomona, California. Pomona, California. Sorry about that. I know I just hit my crazy little microphone there. Now, we've done a few from this pack, and if you want to get caught up and find out where we're at with these, they're kind of all over the place. I'll put a thingamahoo up, you know, right up there, the card. So you can click on that, and then, you know, later you can go check out the whole playlist. Find out what's going on with the Pomona pack. It's one seller, a whole bunch of cartridges. Here's a photo of the cartridges. I later even picked up, I think 6 200-foot rolls of Super 8 sound film. We did one of those already, and unfortunately there was no sound on it. Here's a photo of those big old cartridges or magazines full of film. So what we have today is an old roll of Kodak Plus X 7276. Plus X, in my personal opinion, one of the best black and white film stocks ever produced by Kodak. This particular roll had an edge code on it, and I documented all. I put a little piece of tape right on the top. It was a plus, a square, and a triangle. That tells us that this particular roll here was manufactured in 1995. Not as old as a lot of the found films that we do, but still, we're at 30 years. I don't know how old you are, but you know, this cartridge here is 30. This one is voting and driving and drinking if it wants to. Hopefully not those last two things at the same time. So this is 30 years old. I'm going to assume it was shot about 30 years ago. Usually people would buy film and they would shoot it. So you didn't want to keep it around forever, the film, because you know, it just goes bad over time. So I have no idea who shot it. We don't actually know why it was never processed. It was part of a lot. There were some films in this lot so far that were very interesting and had some celebs and whatnot involved in it. So you're really going to want to check out the playlist, because there's some more things coming from this particular lot of film that I think are going to be very, very interesting. So let's keep two eyes out on that one. So what do we have? I processed this film for 6 minutes in HC 110B at around 67 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no remjet on this. That's that anti-halation layer that's got to come off on some films. Black and white film didn't have that, so it's much easier to process. So without too much more of this, I'm going to show you the film, and then we're going to chit-chat for a second about it. Here it is.
Sometimes like all you
All right, so we're opening up with look like some lemons or limes on a plate with a bit of shrimp Roberto from the, we'll call it the Elephant Walk restaurant, I think it said somewhere on there. As far as I know, there's been a couple of Elephant Walk restaurants. I don't know if that could be the one. I think there was one up in the Panhandle of Florida. A couple of the films were shot in Florida that we know for sure, we believe anyway, in the Pomona Pack. So I'm going to assume, looks like sort of Italian restaurant setting at the very beginning. A little pretty good scene there of the plate of food. And then we get into this young couple on the beach, enjoying the beach. They just honestly look like they're having so much fun. I don't know if it was part of a promotional video or it could have been part of a commercial. Could have just been two young people having fun on the beach, because that's exactly what it looked like to me. The girl and feeding the guy food and running, and then the funky little walk dance thing at the end, and I don't know, it just looked like a lot of fun. Now if in fact this film was shot roughly 30 years ago, I don't know, the couple looks like they're in their 20s, probably mid-20s. So maybe, I mean, it'd be cool if we could figure out who they were, and maybe they're still together, maybe they're not. I just think stuff like that, where they're having so much fun together. Again, I don't know if they're actors and it's for something. I don't know if it's a real couple. If it is, hopefully they're still together. Maybe they're parents, maybe they're grandparents, maybe they're not together, maybe they're not around anymore. That's where you come in. If you recognize either of those two people having fun, frolicking on the beach, well, we need to know about it. Leave a comment. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think they're doing other than the obvious, having fun? Do you think, because obviously somebody's filming them, and we know there's a fella named Darius Anthony who was the subject, and a very gifted cinematographer and photographer, was the subject of some of the earlier Pomona Pack films. I don't know. Was he making something for his reel? Was he making something for these people? Maybe you guys have some ideas. Sleuth it out for me. We got to get to the bottom of some of these mem carts. I'd love to get some of these back to the people that are in them, or the people that shot them, get some of these memories back to them. But it's just so refreshing to see some of this beautiful Americana come back to life. And I'm so glad that this is not just end up in the trash somewhere, and that we're all able to display and enjoy, and hopefully one day get this back to somebody that deserves it. Because we're not the only ones that should be enjoying these beautiful films. So if you want to continue this conversation, if you got some more film-related stuff you want to talk about, maybe you're a film buff like me, pop on over to the Filmboy24 community on Facebook. That's exactly what it's called, Filmboy24 community. It's a fledgling new community on Facebook. We got well over 130 members now, and there's films, and they're typing, and there's no drama, and there's no hate, and there's no politics. It's just fun film stuff. You're working on a project, or if you just have some found film you want to talk about, or if you want to show a film, get on there and show it. We don't care. If you want to be a channel member and you really want to help me continue this process, because sometimes this is not cheap. There's a join button right in the description. There's probably one right below too, but I always put it in the description as well. Kind of help you out, help you along. I have some beautiful channel members, and I so appreciate it. We do a fun live stream every single month, a members only live stream. Now we do a weekly live stream Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and we have a lot of people joining in on that, usually between 35 and 50 dedicated film fanatics. Hopefully you'll be one of them. If you would at least do me one very quick favor. Right there. Just hit that thumbs up button. It just lets me know that you're here. It also reminds you that you've already seen the video. So when you're scrolling through and you say, oh, I already liked it, I already saw it, you know. It's not reverse psychology. I'm being practical. If you think I've earned it, how about consider subscribing? It would mean the country, world to me. It would mean the universe to me. Country, world, universe. So it was getting bigger. it would just kind of, that's a reminder of what I'm doing makes sense. And I know in my own mind that I don't typically always make sense, but I think the work speaks for itself. I think this is important work that needs to be brung to the world and the masses. So please, please, please feel free to share this video. If you recognize anyone, leave me a comment and let me know. Let them know. Until the very next time, it's coming soon, that I see all of your lovely, shining, gorgeous, haloed faces. I don't know where that came from. I'll see all of you on the very next go-around.